Hey friends, hey, welcome back one more round. How have you enjoyed the day? I hope you've loved it. I hope you've absolutely loved it as much as Michelle and I have, and we can't thank you enough for hanging out with us. I am waiting to catch myself, take care of my business here. I know Michelle is finishing up and you don't have to be in a hurry to hop over here, but I don't want to have a lag between us. So welcome back. Welcome back. I'm so glad, so glad that you guys have chosen to spend your day today with us. Like I said, we can't even begin to explain what it means to us to have you guys as friends. I mean, really. And I can't think of a way I'd rather spend my day than hanging out at the table crafting with my friends. Okay, I'm back to coffee because the soda kept wanting to talk to me. Hey, Cheryl, and we just couldn't have that. So, hey, Nicole, how are you? How are you? Hey, Katana, come on in, guys. My coffee's cold, though, so we're safe. No burning of the mouth while we're here together. All right. You know, as I have been watching the videos today back and forth, and I've been doing a little bit of sharing into different places with them, I realized my job would have been easier if I changed shirts between every season, because every time I go and I look for my new video, I don't know if it's now or if it's an hour ago. So there you go. That's my little bit of wisdom. If you're ever going to spend all day going back and forth on live, and you're going to be seen, change your shirt. It'll really help. Hey, Diane, how are you? Come on in, guys. Come on in. I'm so excited that we have worked our way all the way through our event today. I am excited that I have a book that is not in bad shape. It has way outgrown the extent of its binding, and I'm just going to have to love that. Because I'm not changing it. And there's nothing wrong with a good chubby book, but it has grown. It has grown. That's all there is to say about it. It has grown. So what we're going to do in this last session, oh, I'm so glad you got your half address. Oh, good. I am so glad. I am so glad you got it. I'm glad it arrived safely, and I'm glad you love it. They are beautiful. They are just beautiful. All of those wedding gowns, one more beautiful than the next. It was an unbelievable find. I'm so glad you've enjoyed today. I have really loved today. And I thought by this point in the day, I would be absolutely exhausted, but not so much. It's fun. And I could go some more. Probably not going to, but I could. Good, Grace. Oh, I'm so glad. Hey, so we are going to work on our cover. You haven't been on Facebook this long ever, Capri. Well, if you get watching a lot of crafters, you can easily lose your whole life into just watching. So before this thing gets any more out of hand, hi, sweet friend Michelle, I want to work on the cover because if I go much further on the inside and we keep doing this, I'm not going to be able to work on the cover. So I'm going to open it up in between the two signatures, and I'm just going to lay it down here flat on my table. I have an idea, but I'm going to confess right now, I don't know because I've never done it before, but I want to try. I want to try to put another cover on top of my cover. Does that sound as crazy to you as it kind of sounds to me? Because I have never, ever tried, and I'm just hopeful that we can make that work. So this is my plan. So I took this card. You remember we worked on it. I know, Michelle, I'm winging it. I'm winging it, girl. I want to be like you when I grow up. I took this particular picture that I love so much, and I have it paper clipped because I'm trying to glue it together. And I've mounted it on just a plain brown blank greeting card. And I've left it where you can see under here because this had the $18.99 written on it and I didn't want to lose it. I've attached it with little brads up here, and you can also, it didn't stick. I was going to make this into a pocket, but as you can see, it doesn't want to stick. So it's okay if it's not a pocket. It can just be a little opening, but that was my plan. So we may try to glue that one more time. And I would like to put it on the front of the book, but I don't want to lose this beautiful cover that we have. And then I absolutely love this other photo, also from 1899. Interestingly enough, each of these photos are from 1899, and they're both dated on the back. Oh, I'm so glad you've had fun. I've had a blast. I have had a blast. And I would like to make this be another cover on the back. Have I lost my mind? I may have. I'm not at all sure. I'm not at all sure. My thought is, I would like to use some of this lace as a tying closure. Okay. So I could glue it down completely across my book. Okay. Do it, Michelle. I got to do it. Whether it's going to work or not, I don't know, but we're going to do it anyway. Then I could take these pictures here with smaller pieces of the lace and just run some band, put some lace under here. Hey, Sherry, and under here. And then they would come up. We're going to try. Worst comes to worst, we got to just glue it all down, right? Right, that's what we're going to do. So this is just a simple crocheted lace. And I'm going to use my hot glue because we don't have time to play with this stuff. We need it to stick. If we're going to, do all these things, then we got to do it. Okay. So I'm just going to put a couple of little dabs of glue on those oval spots. It's going to get glued down a lot more before we're done. I just want to keep it where I want it. Okay. So that will be the attachment for our closure. Okay, now I've got more of this lace. I also have even a stiffer lace, and I debated it, but this is what I'm thinking. Like I said, I'm not confident it's going to work, but hey, we're just among friends, right? This whole day is about friendship. So if we're going to have an idea that doesn't work out well, what better place to have it than once we're surrounded by our friends? Okay, so I'm thinking that the laces here will work like hinges between the two photos that I want to use. So I glue my lace down to the back of this photo, and there's nothing here to stop me, meaning there's nothing pretty back here. So I can just glue it up. It won't matter one bit. So I'm going to put a nice little run of glue on there. Why it's so hot? Why am I using the lava glue gun? This thing is, it really is horrible. Horrible, horrible. Okay, so we put that on there. Okay. I'm scaring myself, guys. I really am. And then this photo would be like, okay, now we're ready. We flip it over because we got to keep looking at it to figure it out. And that will go there. And then I can glue these down over my strings. That's my other thought. And then this one can be glued on top of these same two laces. And they should allow all of this to flip-flop because I lava you. Yeah, these things, I'm telling you, I complain about this glue tool every time I use it. Every time I use it, and I still use it again and again. So there you go. All right, so for this piece of it, I want to be sure that I get these lace bits glued down really well on the spine. Okay, so I'm going to lift it up, and I'm going to put a big old blob of glue right in the center of that spine, and I'm going to lay that lace into it, and I'm going to squish it because I want it to really stick in there. Thank you. I'm having a blast today. I cannot think honestly of any way I would rather spend a day than crafting with my friends. And what a cool thing that today we've all gotten to do this together. I'm loving it. I love it so much. Okay, so I dot those in. Now we have them attached. Hopefully we have them attached, right, to the spine, which should allow this to lift, right? You see the laces back here. If we don't like it, we can cover that. That's easy enough. And then we can come over here, put a little more. Having this adhere to the spine, I think is critical. I think it's critical because really, I don't know. All right, I just stood up and got a glue stick. I really did. shouldn't have bothered. I should have just waited. Oh, Dottie, I'm so glad you've had a good time today. I have so much enjoyed it. So much enjoyed it. I would do this again anytime. Okay, now let me just share with you that this picture has this beautiful writing on here that I'm afraid we're going to lose some of it. And so, oh, we're not. What we'll have to do here is we'll lay this photo this way. And then to glue it down, we will just wrap these around and glue them down. I wish I had not done all of the decorative stuff on here, but it's going to be fine when it's done. Oh, is it behind my journal? When it's all done, it's not going to matter. Okay, we're just going to do it. We're just going to do it. We're going to wing it, and we're going to love it. All right, so I'm going to put this down toward the spine because I want it fairly firm, and I'm just going to stick that hot glue in there, preferably not leaving my skin on it. Okay. And the lava glue out of this glue tool gets so hot, it takes it a while to adhere because it has to cool down enough to actually be sticky. So that's just going to take a minute. And then we can wrap this one around, and it fits perfectly, leaving the writing exposed. Can you guys see that? So again, we're just going to put a whole lot of hot glue down, and we're really going to press our lace into that glue. Okay. And I think probably even I will come back over it with a little decorative element of some kind to just make sure it's really stuck. I may not have any fingerprints. So if anybody needs a partner for any activity that your fingerprints might be an issue, I really don't think I have any left anyway already. Okay. Now I don't want to flip it back over. I do need a popsicle stick to smush it down. I'm sure I have lots of those. I walked past 2 or 3 this morning getting things out of the, oh, Michelle, I want you to love it. I want you to love it. It's a lot of pressure creating with Michelle. She is so amazing. Y'all, I'm so blessed to have her as a friend and as a crafting partner. Okay, let's see. Okay, that flips and flops. It's holding pretty good. I'm going to put just a little more glue right here on the edge of this spine right there, because our little book spine is old. And so a little extra glue, little love blown on it should be great. Eileen, we're just different, and you just want to do something, special and great and wonderful. As we finish up this great time today, I know Michelle has told you she's going to put a few kits in her shop. I also have materials to make some kits. So if you're interested in a kit, similar to what I've done today, just message me. I'm not going to list them. If you're interested, send me a message and I will figure it out. Okay. And I'm just adding a little bit more glue right here on the edge of these two and giving it just a second to cool down. Now we still could come back and do some things under here or on here, right? We still have so many options. This is that interior piece of the book cover that was too brittle to use. Did you hear that? It just came apart. Okay, Dana. But I think it would be great if we just glued this down really good, and that will give an extra layer even of hold. So I'm going to glue it with my book glue, and I'm also going to put a few dots of the hot glue. Now I need the glue stick, of course. I'll get it started. And we can really press that hot glue down with that paper, and it will give us a little extra oomph. Now I've lost 2 glue sticks on the table, you guys. One thing I truly do love about my girl, Michelle, is we both readily admit when we're just struggling. If she loses something on the table. Thank you, Jimmy Lou. I am loving this too. I really am. Okay. So now we have this little cover. We can put a note in there. We still have the little opening here. Now, when we have our cover, we have this open back piece as well. And we have our tie. Let's see how it looks. Oh, I'm a little nervous. All right, Look at that. Look at this. I'm liking it. This is our little piece from behind this cover, so we can decide if we want to trim it or not. And then this is what we've got. So we have this beautiful photo, $18.99, and then it opens up and we still have we can leave this just to enjoy the beautiful book cover, or we could add something more to it. I know, Capri, look, and it's not done. I just put a few things in it. Okay, and then on the back, we have the exact same thing. I love, love, love this photo. And it opens up. So it opens up. We still have our workable pocket that we put in here, and then we still see our beautiful book cover. Ah, I'm loving it. Thank you, Judy. Thank you. Early yard sale, where all of my clothes come from. Okay, so let's flip through and see how we want to try to finish this thing up. I love old photos. Okay, so we have our little accordion fold journal book here tucked in underneath our little band. I did add just a little bit of glue up here because it wanted to fall out every time I opened the book. So that's what we did there. Yeah, Michelle, I'm wondering, and we'll have to decide if I need a little more, if I need something to hold these closed. I don't think so. That's okay. You can have weeks to look at. I love old photos, and I like them really of lots of generations. Like I love 1899, but I also love 1960s photos. And you can see that this one needs a little bit more gluing here, but I want to get on with the rest of it. So I'll come back in here and tighten this up a little bit. I don't know. I just really like it. I'm going to leave this just the way it is. I don't think I'm going to add anything to the back. I'm going to let this be. And then on the front, we have this, and we'll decide if we want to add a little even more to it. I had some beautiful fabrics pulled out, and I was really thinking about doing a little fabric touch here, but this thing is so full, I don't know if I can or not. This is just a sweet little vintage little girl's dress, super thin fabric. And Michelle, I'm going to lob it off. I'm going to lob it off. I'm terrified. Don't look, just rip, right? Don't look, just rip. Whatever rips is what you get. Okay. It is really probably about as old as the book. Probably about as old as the book. Okay. And now let's see. Let's just trim across the shoulders. And let's see if there's just a little bit of this little linen that could fit in there. My book is so chubby, I don't know if you can see what we're doing here. I don't know. Do we want, is it too much? Is there such a thing? Is there really such a thing? I know Michelle loves her little buttons on her vintage clothing, and this little piece of dress still has that. Okay, I'm going to see. I'm going to rip very slowly because I want this to rip where I want it to. I know they are so delicate. I'll show them to you again when I get there. Okay, it's going to agree with me pretty well, I think. Look at those tiny little pin tucks. I know. My inner Michelle gets terrified. Terrified. And then it has this, and it has the little placard with the buttons. And I'm just thinking that underneath this photo, all right, so I'm going to turn it this way so maybe you can see a little bit. I think just underneath there, just kind of poking out everywhere. Yep, we're going for it. We're just going to do it. Okay, I'm going to use a little bit of extra glue right here on the spine, which is going to hold our laces together and hold our little dress in place. So we can pull that up just where we want it and get that to tuck in there. And then I think I'm just going to gather it up here enough to get it to hang kind of where we want it. I don't care if it drapes out over the edge. I just want it to have a good start. So I'm going to put a little dot of glue right here. Now I've just lost my mind. Here, I love the cover of this book. I know, Michelle, I'm being so brave. I love, love, love the print on this book cover, and I'm now covering it up. I want to leave it right here. I want to see a piece of it, but I would love to see the little buttons flow as well. So I'm just going to pleat it with my fingers and I'm going to pull back, and where I want it to pleat, I'm going to just do it. And then I want it to pleat one more time right about here. I did it. I did it, guys. I did it. Okay, glue strings everywhere. Do you love that? And then when we close, we just have this beautiful little thing here. And our little fabric showing out down there. What do you do with them? Sorry, Sherry, I missed what you were asking. Probably somebody else. And I'm going to let that just flow. I'm kind of liking it. I just lied. Right here where I want this, our closure to really stick, I'm going to put a piece of glue and I'm going to stick the fabric with the button right in that spot of glue, which will hold it and give our little closure strings that are already stretched to the max a little bit of support. Okay. It is a chubby wubby one, Sherry, and getting worse by the moment. But I can love that. Can you love that? I hope you can love that. So there we go. This is how our little front cover looks. And then when you lift up, sorry guys, I am so close to the camera today. Then when you open up, you get this. I can write a little note right in here. And then let's flip through this book and get the rest of our little goodies tucked in. Okay, I'm going to rotate a little bit. There you go. Can you see that all right? I am stretching my wings, trying new things. It is exciting and terrifying. Okay, I put some of the things in, and as we get to them, I will show them to you. I do not want to cover up the name of this hymn. It's called I'll Be a Friend to Jesus, and so I want to leave it there. I did pull out just my little tiny saying stickers, and I thought we might just sneak a few in here. I love words, right? Totally love it. Okay, this one says, life was meant for a great adventure. And if I had a sweet wish for my friend, it would be that life would be a grand adventure. You think that? I think that with my kids. I just want their life to be a grand adventure. No regrets. Live full out, having a blast, doing all the things. Okay. I don't mind this, and I love that you can see the typewritten paper in there. So for now, I'm going to leave it. I tucked our little photograph of our two little sisters in there and our little journaling card. And I tucked that into our little pocket right here. I think here on the bottom of our pocket, maybe we could find a word. We've got a lot of words in this book, hymns and scriptures, but I don't think there's ever a reason to be short on that. How about this one? Go where your heart takes you. I don't think anything is complete without words. I never could just do art without a word. I just never could. All right, so we've got that little bit right there. I've got some paper clips tucked over here. We've got those. We've got a couple more tags. We've got too much stuff to get in here. Here's a little bit more of the scripture. I tried to pick out certain scriptures, and then honestly, this thing has got the tiniest little font that I could try all day to pick out certain scriptures, and we couldn't read it anyway. So I'm just going to put a little glue on the back of this. Oh, dear. Hi, Andrea. Welcome back. Just a little bit of regular old glue on there. Get back to our page. Come back, page. We'll just stick it down there. Just like that. I would love to stick a little bit of textile in there, but I'm afraid it won't close if we do that at all. We could put a tiny bit of something right here across the bottom. Let's get a little piece of this ratty little dress. Oh, there is nothing more satisfying than the rip of old fabric. I don't know how much old fabric you guys have ripped up. Man, there's nothing quite like it. It's just satisfying. That one will not rip across the grain. So that's why. Yeah, I think I'm just going to put just a little bit here, and we're just going to gather it up right there at the corner. Does that look okay to you? Looks okay to me. Yes, Michelle says rip. It is so satisfying. Nothing like a good old fabric rip. Okay, and there where it's folded over, just gonna do a little dib-dab of glue there and just stick it down. Just like that, hanging off the edge. Do you like that? So this little page winds up having a whole lot going on. It's got the pink up here and it's got the white down here. I love the color of this. Miss Adeline is great this week, Sherry. She's so close to getting her teeth popped through. You need to have a ripping session. I think they're just good for the spirit, right? I think they just are. Yeah, Adeline is working so hard on her first teeth. Some days are a little rough on the darling. They sure are. This is that sweet little postcard that still has, can you hear my dog snoring in the background, Leslie? She is always, always, always here to help if you need a little bit of snore. I'm going to do just a paper clip on. Well, I'm not, because I don't want to cover that hymn name. She changes her mind. I want this little photo here of these two sweet kids. Maybe I'm just going to stick it on with a paper clip, and then I'm going to come back and add a little bit of ribbon to the top. But for now, I'm just going to put it on like that. I love that. Okay, there's our title company. This was our envelope flap. And so on the flap, I just took one of my ATC cards that I had, and I just put it in there to cover that envelope flap. Then we turn the other side, and remember we mounted this picture onto our, on the other side of our flap. And then here is our envelope, and this is the one that has the piece of ledger paper in it. And it would be a good spot for just a little decorative element while we were away. I don't have the baby today. No, I made just another little covered paper clip, a little piece of the map, some green lace, some little white lace, and then just threaded a little button on there. So my normal days to babysit are Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. So normally her other grandma and grandpa get to enjoy her on Mondays and Fridays. So that works out pretty good. Normally, it would be my day to go out and shop. So y'all probably saved me a bunch of money today hanging out here. This one, I put in one of our cards that we aged up. And I left it as a little tuck spot. But what we're going to tuck in it, that I'm not sure. How about if we do this little photo journal card that we did? Remember, this one opens up. Do you think? Well, I don't know. Will we find junk journals in a museum? I don't know. And then we can decide if we want to do the little decorative piece up or if we want to do the photo. Either way, we know there's a photo in there, right? Yeah. And I'm in love with this see-through paper. I just love it. Love it, love it. I would like to put a little something here, but like I said, girls, I've about expended the extent of what this book can hold. I may have gotten just a hair carried away. I do have a couple more sheets of hymnal paper, which is really thin. We have the beautiful Garden of Prayer, and we have You Heard? You guys know that one? I don't know, Have You Heard? And then there's Sweet Hour of Prayer, which is what I pulled this one out, but that's the hymn right there. So we don't really want to do that. I got some little bits of just scrapbooky paper. But to be honest, I like the old paper better than the scrapbook. I think so. I don't have a problem with some blank pages. I really don't. And that's why I like to do a busy page and a plain. Because I'm a writer. I love to write. And I love the color of this blue-gray paper. Okay? I stuck our little photograph here with Mother and Aunt Nora into this little pocket that we made. And then we come to the end. I've never seen such paper that has such a cool stamp. It's like the watermark, but it's red. It looks like they were hand stamped. I don't know. And then we have our hymnal page. Then we have our little doily that starts our second one. Then our clear, and then our little ledger. Maybe something right in there. What have we got? We've got some paper clips. We got a little tag. We got one more little piece of this beautiful material. And I think I think we want to put it on here somehow. I do too. Yes. Tracing through. Yeah, and they still do sell tracing paper today. I don't know if it differs much. I love the color on this old vintage typing paper when you find it, but it is fairly hard to come across anymore. Okay, so this was just one of our water themed little watercolored bits, covered a paper clip with, tied a little bit of that. It's going to need a sturdier page because this is our beautiful torn up edge. So I think we'll put it here. This was the hymn that I loved one side, and it had Battle Hymn of the Republic on the other side. So we'll cover up Battle Hymn of the Republic, and so we can see God Be With You on this side. Okay. Now we need a couple of more sets of words back here. Here is the other pocket, and I stuck one of our greeting cards and our playing cards and the little ATC card with the charms, because they can hang out over here. And let's maybe find a word that we can maybe just tuck along the edge. Let's see. Life does not have to be perfect to be wonderful. I like that. We're going to just put it right along here. I love little notes of encouragement tucked in there. And I think I'm okay to just leave that. That's kind of weird. That's kind of weird feeling, but I think I am. And I love our little pocket here. I love that you get the piece of the book here. This is the only illustration in this book that I thought was usable. On this side of our envelope, I used our little blue backed girl with the dog photograph. And we just did this so that it can be a journaling spot. We hung our cute little tag. And that way we can just slip our blue paper underneath that band, and it holds that in there. I know you just have to let it go, don't you, Capri? It's hard on me sometimes. It's not my natural nature to just let it go, let it go. Thank you, Deb. I'm going to tear this off, and I'm just going to mount it here just as a little something. A little something, something. I love the color of these scripture pages. I just love them. I think they're absolutely amazing. And here is our handwritten letter, also from the late 1800s. And I love that we have that in there. Let's see. Everything has beauty. How about that? I like that. I can't get it off the page, but I really like it. There we go. And we're just going to put it right across here. Just across there. Here is our map, which is just a fun pull out, fold open thing. We could fold this back. Oh, I think we're going to. And we could glue it and make it a little pocket as well. So let's do that with this one. So I'm just gluing on the side and across the bottom. And when that sets up, we can tuck a little something in here. And I'm just going to put a little dab of glue right behind there just to hold that flap down. Okay. And then we can do the same thing over here. Can't really tell here because it's highways on highways. Just run a little bit of glue and a little bit of glue. If I stick the strings in the glue, that's probably all good too, right? Just hold that knot in a little bit better. Gotta hold it down. You love that? Good. You never would have thought of that. Well, good. You got a new idea, Miss Pat. That makes it an extra good day of crafting. Okay. I never trust that I'm not going to glue everything together by closing that pocket. But let me stick the pin back in my glue bottle for a minute. And let's see what little bits we have. I don't think I have any more little card bits. I do have these that I just accordion folded. Remember, we didn't use them all. And so just for now, I'm going to stick that in one. And I've got my little scrap of watercolor paper. Can you hear that puppy? She snores. If there's one thing Ah, yeah, that could be why my map is New Hampshire. Yeah, and why everything is water themed. So giving you a little something something. You know, I've got these two other watercolor pieces that I did. I think I do. I'm going to try carefully to move this thing, and let's rip a piece of that and stick it in that other side. I did not know how satisfying it was to actually rip that old watercolor paper until today. And these little watercolor pages like that, oh, I may not have ripped quite far enough. Shucks. Well, now we have to cut it. You get it now? I love these because you can write on these, but you can also do any kind of art journaling that you like. Our sweet Michelle is a wonderful art journaler, so in salute to her, they would be just a cute little addition. So then we just have our little watercolor bits in there. It goes pretty good with the map, doesn't it? And I didn't glue that little flap down. So let's do that. Put just a little blob and hold that down. Now, let's see if we can find a little word just to put across that corner. Ooh, I should have looked at this one first. This page has all the best sayings on it. Yeah, ooh, I thought I had a spider web. It's glue string. I was making some angels out of clothespins last night, and and I had so much glue everywhere. Every time I moved my finger, I drug everything I was working on across the table. So many glue strings. I am so proud of my sweet Michelle for sharing the truth of her struggle and journey with you guys today. So we'll do Stronger Than Yesterday. And I'm just going to mount it right across the flap because I'm proud of my friend. Oh, you were doing rag angels. I'm telling you, glue strings are obnoxious. Obnoxious. Here we have our sweet little envelope flap. Again, I made a little tuck spot with this card. And then we have this cute picture of the little one on the tricycle. I love this picture. Just about the size of my Adeline. And she couldn't quite sit on a tricycle right yet, but that could so be reminiscent of her. Okay, what have we got? You know, I've got cute little paper clips, but I'm about all out of tuck-in things. All right, I made this sweet little covered paper clip while we were gone. I just put some of the lace on it. I tied it through with some embroidery floss, and I hung one of the little bridle buttons on there, and I'm gonna clip it. I don't like this picture from the book. It's not bad. I mean, it's not a scary picture or anything. It's just not cute. The other one was really cute. I know, Capri, and then heaven help me, my house is not ready. Let's get one that's a little more solid. Let's try this one. Because that other one doesn't want to go on, and it wants to tear my old book page, and so does that one. All right, never mind. We shall do something else there. Let's get a little bit more. More lace is always a good thing. Oh, Sherry, I love, and I tell you, that last round of stuff I got was so full, my glue tool became disconnected from its battery. Just a second. Reheat. It doesn't connect like it used to. It wants to be. You like it? Hanging the button on the paper clip? All right. You silly thing. It doesn't want to. Excuse me while I sit here and hold this for a second while we try to get it to heat up. Because now my little page tore just a little bit. So we'll glue this lace along the edge of it, which will fix both problems. And I've got that other, I have this little piece. Yeah, the one in the suitcase, Sherry. I will be, and then I had all the documents and stuff. I have collected those over time. But most of these pictures came out of that suitcase box. I cannot get it to sit anywhere where it will stay. That's enough to make me angry, but I don't want to be angry. Let's see if I can wedge something in there. You guys. Pardon me while I play over here. If I showed you what I was doing, you'd laugh. I'm trying to wedge something in there so that the connector will connect for my glue heater upper. Oh well. If it doesn't, we'll do something different. Let's take this piece. This is the other, I just want to be able to move forward, Martha. With the hot glue, I can put the glue on and I can just go. If I use my Fabri-Tac, it's going to be wet for a while and I won't be able to close the book up. So that's why at this stage of the game, I'm not using my Fabri-Tac. It's sitting right here. But if I glue it on, it's going to bleed back through there, and I don't want it to. I don't want it to bleed back through and make a mess. All right, so I'm just covering up. What is on the other side there? Oh, it's our little pearl. Okay. Our little pearl sitting on the little girl. It's in the way. All right. It still won't sit where the light will come on. All right. We'll do this with Fabri-Tac, and I'll be very gentle when I close the book. Have you ever done that? On a couple of occasions, I have Fabri-Tac'd my stuff down and then turned around and I have stuck more than my one page together. And that makes me sad. Okay. Lay that down. Lay that across all of that and press it down. There we go. Got just a little bit of paper here that didn't get glued on it. So do that, press it down. There we go, there we go. That's better. Have you done that, Dana? It just makes me want to cry when I do that. All the work you put in, and then you turn around and something is stuck all over it. Here's a little more of our scripture. We'll just glue it down. I like the way it looks this direction. I didn't even read these. I don't usually do that. Page protectors, yeah, or even you can use like parchment paper. Kind of things. I get it going at this point of the game, and I'm like, we're getting there, and then you just want to go, go, go. Or at least I do. Okay. And then on the back side, stuck to a little bit of the Fabri-Tac, is one of our see-throughs. Then we have this sweet little girl picture, and we mounted it to the little boy and the little girl. And then we put some journaling paper on one side and a little bit of the watercolor paper. And we can just slide one of the picture sides down in our envelope and the other side hangs over. We added one of the little bridle buttons up here in the corner. And if we get to where that's just too thick, we can just scoot this up in the pocket a little bit so that this hangs out the top of our book, which at this point might be a smart thing. And we've got our hymn. This is the other page of our really well-loved piece of paper here. And then we're to our back cover, which is a pocket. And it needs something in it. And I had the perfect thing here a little bit ago. And then when I went to start to get ready for this session, I could not find it. And that kind of stuff drives me crazy, although it happens so much. You are not late. You are here, and we are glad to see you. Okay. There's my glue pen. Let's see. Put that back in there. I've got one more set of words here, and they say cultivate kindness. And I think we'll just put it right across here just as a little thought reminder. We still have a paper clip that we can add in. I'm just going to loosen it up so I can pinch it better and not ruin the fabric in the process. Oh, did you hear that? I just went right through there. Pull that out. Now we got to put something on there. Maybe we'll just put a better paper clip for that. Oh, it goes the other way. Go on the top. Oh, that would be weird. Look at that. It could go. I never do that. I never put one on that hangs upstream. They always hang downstream. But I like it. Look at that. It's kind of cute. It's kind of cute. Okay. All right. So the only thing that I have left, look at this. You guys, look at this mess. Look at that. I may have gotten just a hair carried away. But that's okay. Carried away is not always a bad thing. I got to work just a little bit on my hinges, although once we tie the cover closed, it won't be a big deal. But this needs a little more attachment with some hot glue just to keep it exactly where we want it. And of course, I'm going to have to wait till I can activate my glue machine to do that. so much beauty. Let's tie it together and give it a look. Sometimes you just have to swim upstream. That's right. All right. Just going to put a sweet, soft knot in that. And looky there. Look there. I like it. I like we got some fluffy fluffs. I like that we've got some stuff hanging out here. I like that we have just a few things hanging out the bottom. Miss Teeny, thank you. I tell you, I always love to watch Teeny's journals. She always goes one step beyond believable in her books. So I absolutely love to watch Teeny create books. I'm just, wow. All right. So I had to tune off in the last couple of minutes of Miss Michelle's time with us. Michelle, we could try to jump on together again if you're there. I'm not sure it will work, so I'm okay if we don't. And so I missed if she told you about our special little note that this day is all about. But our decision when we planned this was that she and I would create friendship journals for each other. So this book will be a gift for my sweet Michelle, and the book that she made today will be for me from her. And so I'm just going to take a minute and write her a little note right in here. You know, her birthday is next week. Okay, it says you want to join me, and then it goes away. I swear. Bring them on, bring them on, bring them on. Send an invite. Oh, please work. Oh, please work. It says she's adding. It says she's adding. Connection failed. And then it goes away and it won't let me retry. All right. Sorry. It says our connection is failing and I just don't know why. I just don't know why. So Michelle and I will be trading our books. I'm going to add a sweet note to hers and I'm going to pack it up and send it off to her for her birthday. I wish, like the Dickens, we could have figured out how to get on at the same time. But I have no idea what's going on. The only time it gives me that option, Michelle, is when you leave and then you come back in. And then as soon as I click on send you an invite, did you guess, Tammy? Then you are there. We were so close. I know, closer than we got earlier. So if you want to hop off and hop back in and give it one more try, we can give it a try. But I hope that today you've gotten to know, gotten to know each of us a little bit better. I hope that you had not known, if you had not known my Michelle before today, that you have gotten to know her a little bit today. And oh, I bet that's right. One updated and the other didn't. And this little phone that I use is really old. I don't know. She would have to be live and then I'd have to try to go join her. Anyway, let me do my drawing for my last little goodie package for the day. I know it finally worked in rehearsal. Facebook did a major, or not a major. Anyway, I don't know whether it's major or not, but they did do an update earlier this week and caused a whole lot of issues with creators going live. So that very well could be it, that one of our phones updated and the other one didn't. Let me pick a name. I'm not going to look. I'm just going to slip, stop. Wanda Vinson. Miss Wanda, you are my third winner of our gifts today. Let's see, wait, let me go back here and see if I can. Oh, no, guest requests. All right, so Miss Wanda, if you have never received anything from me before, please send me a message with your mailing address and I will get you out one of our sweet little ephemera packs. All right, these cute little things. And if you are interested in a kit to make the journal, I know Michelle is going to do 5 and I can do some as well. If you're interested, please message me and we will talk about it. Michelle, it says it's trying to add you again if you have an invite. I would love to be able to say goodbye with you face to face, but it's just not been in our cards today. So here is my book. It is just about finished. I'll give it one final flip through. I'm going to make Miss Michelle a note inside, and then I'm going to pack it up and mail it. As soon as I get your addresses, I'll also get your sweet goodies in the mail, and we can get that done as well. I want to thank you, thank you, thank you again so much for spending your day with us. We look forward to seeing we both look forward to seeing you all again really soon, really soon. And I'm going to let you go. I'm starving. I'm ready to go get some lunch. Know that we love you and we appreciate you, and we will see you really soon. Bye, guys. Thanks.